A friend from Netherlands did a study on the metaphor of a university campus, meaning how do you draw a picture showing the idea of a university campus. You are studying online, but you are not studying in a physical campus. You and me right now, we are actually in a virtual campus. But how do we describe this virtual campus? Virtual campus is different from physical campus. But if I want to draw a figure to show the idea of a virtual campus, how do you think? Or when I say university campus, what are the things coming up in your mind? What do you think we need to include in the figure? What is in your mental model? How can we present the idea of campus in figures? My friend told me a virtual campus metaphor, well understood by North American students, somehow was not perceived as a virtual campus metaphor by other cultures, for example, like Chinese. In China, most schools, universities, have a clear boundary, have a wall, and gates, like in Tsinghua University. If you want to visit Tsinghua University, you want to visit the east-south gate or just east gate of Tsinghua campus. You see many people taking pictures in the gate. Or the west gate is also famous. You can see a lot of tourists. Many are Chinese tourists from many places all over China. Visit Tsinghua, take pictures, and at the same time you will notice some young children. You will see teachers, you will see parents bring children to Tsinghua University. And if you learn Chinese, you may hear the conversation like, my dear student, my dear girl, my dear boy, this is a very good university. You want to study in the university in the future. So let's visit the campus. Let me show you a university campus. If you like it, you study hard and you can come here to study. But how about virtual campus? Again, right now, you are studying and we are in a virtual campus. Do you want to draw a wall for the virtual campus? It's a little strange because there's no wall. Information technology. Break the wall. There's no wall. But many universities do not have a clear boundary like a wall for campus. So in English, we say on campus, off campus. If we don't see a clear boundary, how do we know we are on or off? This question could be very easy for European students or American students. But for Chinese students, it could be very simple. Inside the boundary, inside the wall, we're on campus. Outside the boundary, outside the wall, we're off campus. Outside the gate, we're off the campus. But again, if you want to draw a figure, want to show the concept of a campus, to include a wall or not makes a difference. If you visit Chinese web portals, even if you don't read Chinese, you will find out the design style is very, very different from web portals in many other countries. I call it the rich web portal design style compared to simple design style. You will see a lot of hyperlinks in text. Also, you will see animations. You will see many banners in different shapes all over the web page. And the web page is very, very long. You have to scroll down and down and down and down. I talked to my friends who are designers in those websites. I asked them, who taught you web design? Why do you design such kind of web pages with so many hyperlinks, so many pictures, animations, banners? The information is overwhelming, meaning there's too much information for people to perceive. It doesn't matter if you read Chinese or don't. You find so many hyperlinks. And you find the text, the Chinese characters, are very close to each other. The line space is very, very small. The distance between lines and characters very small. In English, for better legibility of text, we usually concern very short lines are easier to read. And very short lines are harder to read if the line endings come at any arbitrary place. The Chinese characters are pictorial characters. And you see different fonts in Chinese. In this example, you see inconsistent fonts of Chinese. Even you don't read Chinese, you can tell the different fonts. We suggest you to use consistent and simple font for Chinese. And on web page, Chinese designers tend to use smaller characters. Bigger Chinese characters may be easy to read, but may not look so pretty sometimes. Design with Chinese characters is different. And on Chinese web portals, there are just too many images. And the designers told me because their users want those animations, those hyperlinks. But who are those users? They told me. The companies or whoever want to advertise their products or services or the companies on the website. So the Chinese web portals try to have space as much as possible for people who want to advertise because the Chinese web portals got paid by them. That is the major reason of the overwhelming images, flash animations. But if you want to design a web page or user interface for Chinese, if you don't just want to advertise your own products, services, your company names, or yourselves, we suggest you, it's better for you to choose appropriate type of image. And it's better to follow relevant conventions and try to combine text and images. And you need to consider the resolution issue and consider the file size. Again, for the rich Chinese web portals, you see many animations and video clips. Animations are used to illustrate movement, to provide dynamic feedback, to track attention. But if there are too many, users' attention cannot be attracted. Animations can be used to show the system is working, and video clips can be used to convey human behavior and emotions, to show events that users cannot see directly. And video clips can motivate users, can provide contextual information. But to include so many animations and video clips on a web page may not be a good idea. You want to visit the Chinese web portals and get some feeling for yourselves. If you do so, you will also hear sounds, music, or songs of those advertisements. Sound effects can reinforce the visual components. Ideally, it can enhance the effect of those advertisements. And sound effects can be used to confirm the successful completion of an operation, and sound effects can attract attention. Music with lyrics without are different. We have to be very careful of using music for highly repetitive operations. If the users are familiar with the lyrics in the music, their attention can be attracted easily. But if the music does not have any lyrics, if there's no vocal in any music, it could be treated like background music. So people can ignore the music. But if you want to draw attention, if you make the music too loud or too strong, maybe not a good idea for design web portals.